Alright guys, welcome in. Edgeless Talk Sports. This is the Ohio State versus Western Michigan pregame show. We're going to do a postgame probably on Sunday. And then also, if you're a Bengals fan, check out some Bengal highlights as well, probably on Sunday night and Mondays. So pregame show is going to be on Friday, so we're going to get into it. I have what I want to talk about, some key players to watch for Ohio State versus Western Michigan. We should win big. We're going to get to that next. So Ohio State, I'm going to check out some highlights. Roll the clips. All right, so I want to get into the tight ends. I spoke to that last week. I want to see the tight ends a little bit more. And this Will Kazmarek out of Athens, Ohio, from Ohio Bobcats. Will Kazmarek, 2 touchdowns in his career at Ohio Bobcats there in Athens. So I am really hoping that they utilize him more, and there's reasons why. Is you're going to open up the pass. Up out in the middle, and it opens up for my next player, and I hope you love these highlights that I have for the wide receiver, Brandon Enos. And I saw on comments and posts that they want to utilize him a little bit more, which I don't think they did at all if he even got 1 catch in last week's game. But Brandon Enos, let me tell you about him. He's 6 foot, 203. He's a sophomore. He's out of Hollywood, Florida. Another kind of South Florida guy, just like Jeremiah Smith. We talked about him last week. But I hope you see these highlights. So it's going to bring up Brandon Enos to allow more catches, to get him open and more one-on-one coverages if you allow Will Kazmarek to catch in the middle of the field. Get the blocks going and do a little option routes off the picks, and then allow him to curl button hooks, which Brandon Enos will be able to do. The All-American game there, when you notice that, he had like 1 reception or so. He had 6 receptions for like 58 yards back in 2023 for Ohio State. But look for him to kind of blow up with the Emeka Egbuka. And another one here. These are 3 offensive players that I'd like to see get off, because we need to get them going to be able to play Michigan State, and then we're going to Eugene, and we play Iowa and all that, and then Penn State at Happy Valley. So we're having these tune-up games to get Will Howard. As you're looking at some highlights from Will Howard, the quarterback, the transfer from Kansas State. I'm going to tell you a little bit of stats here. Now, he's 6'4", 235. So what he did his last season at Kansas, he was there for about 3 or 4 years. Then he transferred with the eligibility to come to Ohio State. So he had 61% completion percentage there at Kansas State, 2,643 passing yards, and 24 touchdowns and 10 INTs, which shows me that he can protect the ball, and he did that against Akron. As you're seeing the highlights here, these are all Akron highlights that he did for Ohio State. So I'm hoping that he can transfer that Kansas State power offense that he did over into Ohio State, which he really did a good job. I was impressed with them. They started a little slow on offense, I'd have to say. I was wanting them to be up a little bit by 30 or so, but I think they were only up by like 20 or something like that at the half. But Will Howard got it going there in the second half, and the defense really turned it on there late. And I think we're going to dominate Western Michigan. But we're going to go ahead. I hope you guys just enjoy the highlights. We're going to take a second as we enjoy the highlights there. Will Howard's a freaking beast. And I just love the way he protects the football. I love the way he makes good decisions. And when he makes his first read, he's either going to go off of it, throw it away, or he puts the pass where it's supposed to be. First option, second option, third option. He can pick that up really quick, which we didn't have with McCord. But we're going to get into the college football pick'em show that I love, that I do the picks. Last week I didn't do very good, so I hope you didn't take any of the picks that I got, because I didn't do very well. But here's the big noon kickoff, and I hope you're ready for this one, because I'm ready. I'm not going to watch it, but I'm hoping that they pull it off. So Texas, number 3 in the land, taking on number 10, Michigan, in the Big House in Ann Arbor. And instead of just giving you the spread and the over-under that I did last week, we're going to do a little bit something new this week. We're going to pick a player to watch on the team I picked to win. And you know who I'm going with here. So I got Texas winning it, even though Texas is favored by 7.5 in the Big House. The over and under is 42.5. I'm going to pick you the guy that I'm wanting you to watch. So Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers, I don't know why they got rid of him. I would have kept him for the year and started him over McCord any day of the week. McCord didn't really do that great, and I'm sure my Ohio State Buckeye fans will agree. So Quinn Ewers was going to Texas in the beginning, transfers to Ohio State. It's like the second or third string, collects $1 million on NIL money, transfers back to Texas, and now he's doing himself a really good job. He's playing well. He's got his money, and we'll see what he does. But I got Texas, Michigan, Texas over them. Like I said, 7.5. I had to change the numbers a little bit, but I think it's going to be 21-13 at the Big House. Give me Texas. On the under. So it's 42.5 on the under. Let me see if I can do the math correctly. Was that 21-13, 2, 3? Yes, under. That's under. So give me that. We get the Arkansas Razorbacks. Arkansas Razorbacks versus the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Oklahoma State is 16th in the land, and Oklahoma State is favored by 7.5. Before we get to that, we're going to talk about my pick player to watch, and he did an awesome job last week. Tore it up on the ground. Ollie Gordon II is a freaking stud. Player to watch for coming into the NFL. I want to see how good if he stays healthy throughout the season. Ollie Gordon II, last week, here's some stats. 28 carries, 126 yards, 3 touchdowns. 3 of them. Count them. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Almost 130 yards on 28 carries. The kid was a running machine, and Oklahoma State's going to do the same thing against Arkansas because Arkansas doesn't have an answer for Ollie Gordon II. Oklahoma State wins. Now, I think they're going to win big. I'm not going to give you the total score on that, but Oklahoma State by 7.5, over on 62.5. Give me the over for Oklahoma State and give me the win all straight out. The next one is Iowa State taking on Iowa, the battle of the cornfields. It's not Nebraska. Iowa has cornfields as well, so does Ohio, if you didn't know. But Ohio State takes on Iowa. The player to watch. So the player to watch is a former quarterback in the Big House. I don't think he's from Michigan, but Cade McNamara is somebody that you need to watch out for. He was supposed to start for Michigan, and I think he did like 1 year. I don't even think he did a half a year. My brother could tell me more on this one, but he didn't play all that great. Get rid of him. He goes to Iowa. Now he's playing pretty good. So last week, I'm going to give you his stats, which he played really well. So 12 of 31, a little under 50%, which I don't like, but that's fine. 251 yards passing and 3 touchdowns is what Cade McNamara did. So watch out for that Iowa offense to go. Iowa State Cyclones. Iowa gets it. And Iowa's favored by 3.5. I think it's going to be a little bit further than that. They might win by 10. Over under 35.5. So they got it a low scoring game. But give me the over on 35.5 and give me Iowa with points. All right, next. Tennessee versus NC State. A player to watch for on NC State is Kevin Concepcion. Kevin Concepcion, the wide receiver, he dominated last week. And I got NC State winning this. Concepcion had 9 receptions, 121 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Another back, they all had 3 touchdowns last week. Gordon, McNamara, and Concepcion had 3 touchdowns last week. Look for them to pile that on, and they're going to be killing it. NC State, I got them winning. So NC State, I have them in the spread. I'm not saying Tennessee is going to lose, but Tennessee's actually favored by 9. That's a lot of points. And there's a lot of points on the board for the over-under as well with 61.5. So give me Tennessee on the 9. They might only win by 6 or 7, but give me NC State on that because Tennessee will probably win the game, but NC State will get it with the spread. Over-under 61.5, like I said. And then we're going into Ohio State. We're going to finish it off. Finish off the day with Ohio State versus Western Michigan. We already talked about the players to watch. It was all offensive players. I'm hoping that Will Howard has another great game and Ryan Day implements Kaczmarek in the offensive system as a tight end and putting it in the middle of the field. That way they have to watch for the center of the field. Opens up Brandon Enos on the outside. Look for Brandon Enos to have a better game this game. And Ohio State's favored by 38. The over-under is 54.5. I don't even think Western Michigan will score 10 points in this one. Give me Ohio State big, 56 to not even 10. Ohio State wins by at least 38. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you make your picks. Tell me what you think. If you made the same picks as I got on the spreads and over-unders, let me know, because we might win some monies, and give me 10% of that commish. All right, love you guys. God bless. Tip the waitress.